I can imagine like what
Mm-hmm.
it must be like right now. So, you know, yeah, it's rough.
Right, so I am streaming to YouTube. That's fine, and I think, but I don't think anybody is there. Um, but in LinkedIn, it just okay. Now we are going live
Yeah.
to LinkedIn. Okay, now let me see. Go live. It is fine. I mean, I don't have a big audience, so anyway, okay, yeah. So I mean, but at least the videos are gonna be recorded there, and it's something like maybe it's fun. Um,
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, no,
right. So I
exactly.
am streaming.
You
Okay.
record everything locally, right?
I am recording locally. What do you mean?
Nice. No, meaning like hold on, let me. Okay, yeah, I see it on LinkedIn now.
Yeah, okay, so it's LinkedIn and YouTube. Yeah, basically what I do is I stream with OBS Studio to a virtual machine that I have in Azure. And then in that virtual machine, I use FFmpeg to go to YouTube and LinkedIn right now. And then hopefully I will have my own cast soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it sounds like the flow is like you pretty much got it down. It's literally just like instead of now, well, actually, what is it talking to now? Is it that what was it?
Oh, sorry, I have the Mona server there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, so basically, right now, what you're looking to do is you're looking to swap out the Mona server for
For
Owncast.
Owncast. So Owncast has like the streaming, but also the what is this thing? The like I can take there like a stream URL and then just restream from there. Is that
Yeah.
okay? That's cool. All right. So if we can start. So basically, hi Luis. Nice to see you again. Um,
See you.
so tell me what we are gonna do today.
So today, I was hoping that we could get you set up instead of using. There's an awesome project, Mona. That's what it's called, right? Mona server.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you wrote a blog post on it, didn't you? Or did a video?
Sorry, on Mona. No, I did a blog post. Yeah.
Oh, you did a blog post? Okay. Yeah. So anyway, there's this really cool technology, but I know that you're super excited about the Fediverse and doing all sorts of really cool stuff in the Fediverse. And so hopefully we can get you set up with your own cast server, and then that will replace Mona, and then you can use basically one self-host, right? And then two, like you're just gonna be like automatically flipped into the Fediverse. So that's the goal. Get you all set up there.
Yeah, nice. So why the Fediverse? What is cool about that? Why should I own my own cast? Like why not use Twitch or YouTube or whatever is out there?
Oh man, that's such a really good question. So I'll end up saying this. Like, part of it is just because you can, right?
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun, you can. But I think if you even like take a step back, right, and you kind of take a look at like you know, if there are certain things that are important to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not obviously like in your streams or whatever, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
the things that you're putting out there. I would say generally. You want to have kind of control over like kind of what you say,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how you say it, that doesn't mean that you're going to go out there and start, like
My own Twitch company.
well, not so much your own Twitch company, right? But
Yeah.
the things that you're saying, right? Like you're not out there like insulting
Uh-huh.
people or things like that. You
Uh-huh.
just want to have complete control over like what you say and not necessarily be bound by like
Yeah.
if all of a sudden this word, a certain
Uh-huh.
word is like, well, you can't say that word. Then you got to get creative
Yeah.
and find ways to get around, whatever the policies
I
are.
know. Yeah. I mean, I have seen so many creators, like in LinkedIn or on other platforms, that then one day they decide that, I mean, LinkedIn decide you don't have an account anymore, or even like if you have an account in Twitter or in Twitch, sorry, or in YouTube, right? Like the reach is different, right? You maybe have some followers and they don't even see when you are streaming or not. So like owning your own audience, it is your follower. I think that's cool because the algorithms sometimes, I don't know, raise some things on the top of the algorithm. So having control about that is nice. So how do I start? Like where do I start for having my own streaming server?
So I think that where we might want to start is if you want to pull up the Owncast. I don't know if you have it handy, so we can kind of talk a little bit about that.
All right.
and then just show folks like kind of what we're talking about here, because folks may not be familiar with what Owncast is.
Okay. So should I pull your post or the Owncast URL?
Just go to the Owncast, the Owncast link.
Okay.
Like their webpage. I think it's owncast.io or online.
Yeah. All right. This is it.
Sweet. Yeah. So like in terms of like what are we talking about here? So I mean I know that you're super active in the Fediverse, but just even take a step back, if somebody just jumped in and they're like, what the hell is this Owncast? What is this Fediverse stuff, right? I think in general, the Fediverse, it's been defined many different ways, so everybody's going to give you a different definition. But I think in general, right, you can think of it as like a universe of different applications that sort of interop, right? And that's the really key word here, right? The interop piece. And the reason they're able to interop is because they're, for the most part, implementing this common protocol, right, which is the activity pub protocol. And so, one of the things that enables you to do with Activity Pub is like it was primarily designed for like for social apps, right? And so like I think the one that most folks are familiar with is Mastodon.
Yeah.
But you're not limited to that. And this is actually, Owncast is a really good example of that. There's other examples of it, like PixelFed, right? That's kind of like your Instagram clone.
Yeah.
You have PeerTube, which is kind of like your YouTube clone.
Correct.
They still have this sort of social kind of application.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what?
Right?
Like I went to Mastodon, I really like it, and I am a little bit techie, and how you can have control over a lot of things. But it really didn't click the activity pub, even the name, until some months later. And basically, when it clicked, it's like, okay, all social networks and all social media always repeat the same activities, right? So you always like or react, you share something, you comment on something. In some parts, it's called repost or reshare or reblog, right? But you like or react, comment, reshare, and you post. Like basically, those 4 activities repeat, and then you follow someone, and then someone can follow you. So then these activities of follow, unfollow, like, react, comment, and share, that repeats in Instagram, in TikTok, in LinkedIn, in YouTube, in all of that. So when that clicked to me, and it's like this is activity pub, it is like, okay, now I understand what is this protocol about, and then now we can do a lot of fun stuff with things that maybe have not been created. Yeah.
Well, and if you take that a step further, right, like that's one of the beauties of like open source and open protocols in general, right, is that you can literally do, as long as you abide by whatever the specification says, you can build whatever. And I think you have a really good example in your blog, right, where you built your own, like you effectively made your blog and your website kind of like its own Fediverse type of application, right? Like people can follow your website, not your feed, like your website. Right, and that's super cool. And so like this is yet another example of that, right? Where like, okay, well, we still want the social pieces like chat and be able to like get notifications when like somebody goes live, and the common things that you're used to seeing on Twitch and YouTube and any of these platforms. But you're building that on top of this open activity protocol, which means it talks to everybody else in the Fediverse.
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly, it didn't click to me, and still I think it's gonna be very difficult for some people. Like, what is the difference between just post your link to the stream to actually have that object that is the stream and interact with that in your own application, right? So I can interact. It's like if I open my Facebook, and then from Facebook I can see people posting in LinkedIn, in Twitter, in all of there, in a Facebook format, and then I interact there. But then people maybe in Reddit are looking at my post in Facebook and interacting in a discussion mode, right? So that really, it was something that was difficult at the beginning to understand for me. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. So let's get started.
Let's do it. All right, cool. Yeah, so like so like now that folks have a sense of like what Owncast is again open source streaming. You can self-host. One of there's many ways that you can actually get started, and that's one of the things that I really love about Owncast. I think if you click on the quick start, right, it's going to give you a set of options.
Okay.
For deploying. Yeah, so like they have like tons of instructions here. It's like depending on where you are and how comfortable you are with different technologies, right, you have a choice, right? If you want to kind of like just install from source, go at it. Right?
Oh, okay.
But they make it super simple for you to get started. And actually, my preferred way of getting started is with Docker and Kubernetes.
Okay.
Right? So that's kind of like the path that we're going to follow here.
Okay. So I will gonna click there. So containers. Tell me about containers. What is a container?
I think the simple way of explaining a container is just a way to package your entire application and its dependencies into this one sort of artifact.
Yeah, I like to see it like you package the whole computer, right? You package like the operative system, you package the dependencies, all the software that is behind, and at the same time you package the configuration, right? So that's a container, and then you ship that like a container, it's a black box. You put it somewhere, you open that, and it's still working. So I really like that it's like a virtual box, but already configured.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's exactly what what this here is doing, right? And the artifact where it's like stored is this Owncast image, right?
Right.
And some of the things that you're going to notice here in that run command is like you're going to need to expose two things because like Owncast gives you it gives you many components, but the things that it's listing on 8080, that port there, that's basically the front end. So like imagine when you go to Twitch, somebody's profile, that's basically what that 8080 is giving you, as well as like an admin sort of portal.
Okay.
That 1935 is actually what makes these streams possible. That's the RMTP server.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what makes like streaming out to the world possible.
Okay. So one is the streaming, and the other one is the administration, where I can, I don't know, say how I want the colors of my Twitch account, who I'm allowing to comment, and everything. What are you drinking? Are you drinking beer?
No, it is not beer. It is seltzer.
So, okay. Yeah, closer.
It's bubbly, but it's not that type of bubbly.
Yeah. Okay. So how do I take these instructions and then put it somewhere? So I'm gonna use Azure. Disclaimer is because I have credits in Azure and I love Azure because I work in Microsoft, but this is not sponsored or anything. I really like the cloud of Azure. So how do I take this and deploy it there?
So there's many different ways that you can run, that you can contain, and even, the whole, we don't even need to dive down, but like, just Docker in general and just like container runtimes, right? That is its own sort of like world of like open source and like open standards, right? But to your point, in this case, we need to run it somewhere, and if we're going to use Azure, there's many different ways that you can deploy containers to Azure.
Okay.
And again, this is not pitch.
Yeah.
But so like if you wanted to have the full control over like, your runtime and all that things, right? You might want to use something like Kubernetes service.
Okay.
But honestly, like personally, like I don't care about managing my own infra for the most part. I just want to be able to like, here's the image, go deploy it. And so for that, what we can use is Azure Container Apps.
Yeah, so today I want to make it simple. I don't want to manage my own Kubernetes cluster. I don't want to set up one Kubernetes cluster. I have one in the back here running VocalCat, but no, like for now, I just want to run it easily, as easily as possible. And then with this Owncast and screen and everything, it is really important for me the bandwidth, right? So I have a kid, I have many devices at home, so I don't want to have that bandwidth. So I'm sure Azure has a better internet connection than me. So what do I do?
All right, so let's go to the Azure portal. Let's just do everything through the portal here.
Okay.
Honestly, that's how I do most things.
I am a command line guy, but yeah, let's try it in the portal.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess we'll leave it up to somewhere in the comments. Are you a portal or are you a command line person?
All right, so I'm in the portal and then I go to container instances, right?
Sweet.
Sweet, this is something that I do.
Is it? Yeah. I was going to ask. Like, I thought container instances weren't a thing anymore.
Oh, we have container applications and then we have container instances, right? Those are two different things. Is that correct?
Yes, they're.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. Yes, they are two different things. But container instances, as far as I know, is no longer. Container apps. That's what I want.
So I want a container app, and I mean the difference is really like the different levels of management, right? You can go directly with a Kubernetes cluster and host it yourself. Then you have Azure Kubernetes services where it creates the Kubernetes cluster for you. And then you have container instances where it manages kind of the Kubernetes part, but still you need to manage the containers, container app, and then on top of that you have a web app and other things that you need to worry about. Azure functions and stuff like that. So it's different layers of abstractions. All right, so
Exactly.
I will just select one. I will select RG stream, which is where I have my virtual machines, and then I put a name. What name should I
That
put?
can be just any sort of.
Okay,
Let's go with my cool Owncast server or my host
I will put
server.
my own
This could
cast,
be just whatever.
which is weird because it's gonna have two O's there, so it's gonna be Maho stream. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Um,
Oh, that's a new one. I hadn't seen that option. Optimize for Azure functions. I don't know
yeah.
what that does.
I think
I
you
think it
have
says
you,
let's.
you can deploy containers with Azure functions, right? Um, all right, so container instance, bring your container registry. I think that's what I want. Or I want source
That's the
code
one.
or artifact. This one, okay.
No, we want the container image one. Because we're not building from source here.
All right.
Um,
So I have an environment already.
Yeah, let me see here real quick. I gotta look back because I kind of wrote some of this up. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So with container apps, by default, you can only expose only one port, right? And because if you remember in the instructions, we need to open two ports. And so in order to do that, we need to basically establish our own virtual network.
Okay.
But that's pretty easy to do. I think if we give me a second here, real quick.
Oh, it's
Yeah. It's
okay. David, is this better? Oh, you know what? It's not my speakers. I think it's my OBS. It says that there is echo, but it's probably
Oh, weird.
okay. Is this better?
I'm not hearing an echo.
Okay, is this better? All right, yeah. Let's try to see if this is better.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna want to kind of go back one step
Mm-hmm.
to the basics tab because we're
Okay.
gonna need to set up our own environment here.
Here, new environment. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna want to create a new environment here.
Okay. And
Yeah, just give it whatever.
I don't need redundance, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. So new
Oh,
environment.
actually, hold on. Let's. Oh, sorry. So you were supposed to. Sorry. Missed that one. We're supposed to set up some networking, I believe.
Okay. Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. So if you go
Networking.
create.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's go to networking. Public network access enable. Use your own virtual network. Yes, that's the where we want to
Here,
go. Yes.
here I need to put yes. Okay.
Uh-huh. And then here's where we would create a new virtual network. So let's go ahead and create where it says create new. And then go through this process.
Why do I need a network?
That's a good question. So I don't know enough about the details to tell you why, other than the way that ACA works, it only enables you to expose one port.
Oh, I see.
And so
okay.
what this
Okay.
is going to allow you to do is it exposes more ports than just the one. So that's kind of what we're going through this process.
Okay, is this good?
I think so. Yeah, let's go with let's see, virtual P external. Yep, create. Okay, yep, let's go through that and let's hit create. And I think this should be good. Okay, yep. Let's keep going here.
Okay.
For the container, what we're going to want to use in the container tab is we're going to use Docker Hub because this is not, so there's multiple registries. In this case, it's hosted in Docker, the Docker Hub. So that's what we're going to want to use for our image source.
People is still saying that there is a lot of echo, so I'm not sure. Maybe, okay, if someone can confirm if this is better, if not, let me know. Okay, so now what do I do? Sorry, I missed that. Docker Hub. So Docker Hub is like the public registry where I can just get images from everywhere, right? And this is the image name, I'm assuming. Okay. 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 So that consumption makes things easier, right? Because, sorry, cheaper. Because I only get billed by the time that this thing is up and running, right? All right, this is the first streaming that I do in a lot of time, so it's okay. So people can help me figure out if there is still echo. I'm not sure like how this echo goes.
Yes, if like your the audio that's coming in through Jitsi, if that's kind of like causing the issue.
But I don't hear myself. Oh, okay. Maybe. I mean, I don't hear myself in Jitsi.
Okay, so I muted myself there.
I don't know. I mean, I don't see any issue here, and I have my headphones. I don't know. That's okay. I think let's see if there is echo or not. Maybe you know what I will do? I will go to. Oh, I know what is happening. I know what is happening. Sorry, I think I need to mute because I have my LinkedIn. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. I have those to watch. Yeah, so it is basically a repeater. Okay, this should be better. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, this should be better. It is because I have open YouTube and LinkedIn also in my computer, and then OBS is getting that and then streaming that again. So okay, so
sweet. Okay,
sweet.
that's better.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So we are creating the container app. I am putting Docker. Docker is just the public registry. It's like a marketplace of containers. Container is everything that I need because it's gonna be there and configure. Now, command override. This is the first command that gets executed when I start the container. I'm assuming that I don't need to override that. I'm assuming that's configured. Okay.
You're
cool.
all set.
And then I don't need to do anything of this. This is fine. The cheaper is the better. The cheapest.
I think so, but let's if you look at the drop down, I don't remember setting this up. So where it says workload profile, oh, it's literally just gives you that option.
Just
okay,
one.
Well, that makes it easy.
Okay.
And then if you go to CPU and memory, what options does it give you there?
From the expensive to the I don't know, maybe one CPU. I think one CPU maybe is better than half CPU for this.
Let's try it. Yeah, let's try one. So when I did it, I set it up with 2 CPUs.
Okay.
To your point, it gets a little bit more expensive. Let's go with one. Let's see
okay.
if it blows up. We can go back through this.
Okay.
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 We can set this up.
Do I need ingress? Yeah. Yes, because
yes, you do. So this is exactly.
This is the ports, right? This is like one for the administration, so I can administer like my Twitch, and then the other one for the streaming. So what are the ports? I'm guessing these two ports, 8080 and 9035. So it's 8080 and the other
dropped into additional. Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
And the other one is 1935. Is that okay?
Yeah, and the exposed port, I don't know if you need to set it.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it's gonna take the same one, but I'm gonna put it because
let's just set it.
Yeah, let's just set it.
Yeah, and so like real quick, so this would not show up. It wouldn't give you the options to set up additional ports had we not set up that virtual network.
Okay.
Previous step.
Good to know.
Yeah. For 8080, I think that should be okay to leave because you already set it up there. The
target
port.
Yeah, actually it's showing error. So, and then I need to change this to accept traffic from anywhere, right? So like from my computer and everybody, so they can access. HTTP
exactly.
is fine. Both are HTTP.
Yes, that's fine. HTTP.
insecure connections, do I need
And
to,
then
or is this everything SSL? Should be SSL, right?
insecure connections. I think we can. I think we can leave that unchecked. I think for the most
Okay.
part, this will just everything will be secure by default.
All right.
So I think this should be all we need to set up, and then like review and create.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't give you errors, then I think we should be good to move forward.
All right. It doesn't let me. Oh, running. Okay, it's verification. All right. So if you could stream from one place in Earth, where that would be?
Sorry, what was that?
If you could stream from one place on Earth, I don't know, anywhere from Earth, where that would be?
Oh, if I could stream from anywhere.
From anywhere.
Oh, that's a good question. I think it depends on what kind of stream I'm doing. Like if it's nothing, if I'm just here on the computer, like doing something like, you know, it could be wherever, honestly, because I'm just literally gonna be probably like inside of like some office or some place that I need to have connection. But if I'm like somewhere cool, right, like I want to be streaming like where I'm at and like doing those things. So I think it depends where you're streaming from. And so if it's more of outside, I don't know, you know, like I was actually just looking at my what's it called, my wallpaper today, and I got this really cool image from this spot in Namibia, where I forget which there's a movie that I think was filmed there, where like the desert dunes go all the way up to like the ocean, and so like you see this really cool contrast of like, in the picture, like of the place. So I don't know, maybe somewhere like that. How about you?
I don't have idea. I don't know. Maybe some place. Maybe some of the places like NASA or some place with a lot of screens or something like that will be cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Or inside some building.
That would be. They have one, right? Like they got a live stream on the space station.
Do they? I don't know.
I don't know. I know for sure, like for example, like certain times, like depending on where you are in the world, like if the space station is going like by where you are,
you can
could,
see it.
Connect to it with ham radio.
Ham radio. I see.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can send and like talk to the space station, but I know for sure at the minimum you could like receive signals.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think my connection supports that. So maybe, I mean, also one cool place is in Microsoft, you know, like this, like in the Azure side where they have like these big screens, like top wall screens.
Oh,
no? Have you been there? Like an Azure center?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe it's like,
no, I haven't.
It's just for impressed people. I think you cannot take pictures there or videos, but it's super cool. Yeah. Okay. And you can see like in a map all the people interacting with Azure and all kind of things. So that's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it reminds me of GitHub, right? Like doesn't GitHub do it like during GitHub Universe where they're like
oh yeah, similar to that, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if the echo is still bad. Let's see. I mean, maybe we dropped to 2 viewers. I don't know who are the heroes there, but if they can tell me if we still have some echo, that would be cool. All right. Oh, actually in YouTube we have another one. So I don't know. Is there any echo in YouTube? Please, if you are there, let me know. We are testing this stream. It is still not deployed. It takes a while. I must say that it takes a while. And I don't know what is all this log analytics workspace. Sometimes I don't like that about Azure. That it just creates a lot of different things. So when you stream,
yeah, I think this one just yeah.
You start your container and then you stream and then you stop the container so you don't pay for the time.
So okay, so that's something that I'm trying to figure out. In theory, that's how it should work, and that's actually maybe something that we didn't even cover in terms of like ACA and what do you call it? ACA, Azure Container Apps, and Kubernetes, which is with container apps, it works more like a serverless type of model. Where to your point, right? You only pay for when you're using a service. Last time, I learned the hard way that so I don't know enough about container apps myself yet, but like you need to be able to persist the configurations somewhere, right? So, you know, you have a password, login information, you have all these things and configurations, right, that you set up on your server. If the container goes down, right, everything goes down with it.
Yeah, I think that's why
And
here
so,
in the side they have the volumes, the storage. So you need to be able to like persist that somewhere. But yeah, I mean.
Exactly, yeah. And so I don't know with container apps how you do that, to be honest. But that's something that you probably might want to set up like in the future. But I think just to get started here, what we're doing right now is enough.
Yeah, I still have the virtual machine.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have my container up. Now how do I see it, or what's next?
So this should not. Oh yeah, if you go to Maho Stream, the application, what we're looking for here is we're looking for a public endpoint.
Okay, I have my public endpoint. And should I just go there?
Okay, sweet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Go there.
Okay. I have my Owncast server.
So this is that portal that folks. Yep, exactly. And so this is where people, if you were streaming, notice how it says this stream is offline.
Yeah.
But you know, like Twitch, if when you're streaming, this is where your stream would show up. So you basically get a front end for free, right?
Okay.
You also get a nice front end.
So I will mute this, but then what's next? Yeah.
So now that this is set up, one of the things that you're going to want to kind of do is you're going to want to go to the admin portal. And so that is over in the / admin endpoint.
Admin, okay. Oh, user and password. And what is the user and password?
So there is. I'm going to drop them to you in chat because
it's okay. If I get hacked, for the people, they need to write that Mango Moss AD97. I mean, super fast.
Actually, you know what? It's not like this is secret because like it's on their documentation.
It's in documentation. Okay. What is the default one? Tell me. Yeah.
And ABC123.
ABC123. Super secure. Okay. So I have like a 3 minutes before to changing the password before someone hacks me. So what do I do? Where do I go to change my password?
So, that's gonna be in the server setup.
Server setup. Come on, come on.
It's right there on the left-hand side.
Before someone hacks me. Okay. And then I put a password. ABC3241.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever your password is, yeah.
Okay. I will put something. Okay. Now I'm okay.
And you updated it, yep.
I'm not there. Okay.
So now,
now we are safe. Okay.
We are secure. Good job.
Okay. Now what?
So now that you got this set up, you're gonna want to still stay here in this server setup, but you're gonna go to stream keys. Yep.
Why is keep asking me? Maybe I messed something. Okay, the keys.
No. Yep. You want to set up a key.
And that is one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with the default one then.
Okay. And then.
Okay, so now that now that that's set up, what you're gonna want to do now is you're gonna want to go to OBS and configure OBS because now at this point you got your server, everything's running.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to go to OBS.
You know what? Because I am already streaming right now. Maybe I can just add another stream. So.
Maybe.
So let's do that. Why keep asking me for the password? Maybe I should have leave ABC123.
Yeah, it's weird that he's prompting.
Wow. Okay. Maybe someone hacked me before I could even start.
They keep changing your password.
Wow. No? I mean, something is really wrong with this.
Try doing a hard refresh, maybe like you do.
Okay, I will go to a private tab. Wow, but I mean, it actually locks me, but then, okay, who knows? So this is my URL, right?
That's where you're streaming. Yeah.
Okay, so I will try to stream with FFmpeg. So Gonna put, okay, gonna put that here in another stream. Okay, so I am in my virtual machine where I stream stuff. So I will execute this command. People usually can just go to the OBS and then add this, but I am doing in the very hard way. And then here I believe is a slash and then I put the key, right? So
yeah, I think so. Yes,
oh wow, so this is,
yeah, that's interesting. I've never had this happen to me.
I don't know what to do at this point.
One thing that you might try is if you go back to the portal, stopping the container and restarting the container.
But will I lose my configuration?
Probably. But
okay.
Like at this point, it doesn't matter because we haven't configured anything, right?
That's
it's just you just change your password.
All right. So containers and then what is that container? Revisions, right? Did I need to create a new revision?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, let me see if so what do you do for a living?
Oh, for a living, I hack on stuff, mostly in the AI space nowadays. Mostly working in .NET, and yeah, so that's the day to day. Be great if I got more time to do F#. That's sort of my go-to. I don't know if there's anybody on stream that knows or even cares about F#, but I'm a huge functional F# guy, and also .NET. So yeah, that's kind of how I spend my time these days.
Cool. I think we restart. So here is the button, restart. All right. So guessing
a little bit.
It was super fast. I'm not sure if that is correct. Okay. I'm guessing it's not asking anymore, so I'm guessing that's okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
and if we go back real quick, if you go back to the portal, something that folks may want to be aware of. Notice how it says like min-max replicas.
Yeah.
That's really cool. But if you want to keep your cost down, you don't want it scaling all the way to 10.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, we don't need to worry about that for now.
All right. So you said the stream keys. I will copy my key. I will post it here. People need to like be really fast to actually. It didn't copy the key. Let me see. Copy. No, it didn't copy the key. Okay, let me see. Oh, the key is ABC123. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me create a new one because that doesn't look pretty secure. Okay, now I have my. I was like, it didn't copy. It didn't copy. Okay, now it is streaming, so it should appear here, like soon.
If you go to the front end,
yeah,
it's on your main page.
Connection timeout. Is this because the port is not open?
No, the port should be open. I think I know what might be happening. Let's see. Okay, connection. Okay, do me a favor. If you go to FF, let me a second. Let me pull up the link, what it should be. Crap, I lost it. Give me a second. Okay, try seeing if you can like get a stream. Using, where is it? So it's still your Owncast URL, but instead of live at the end, it's gonna be /HLS/stream.m3u8. So you're tapping directly into the stream.
Okay. But with
yeah,
FFmpeg?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so like what you want to do is you want to let's go with FFmpeg. So basically we're writing directly to the stream as opposed to the live endpoint.
Cannot open connection. Is my, how do I know like the URL? Is this, wait a second, you know what? I know what is happening. I am still going to the old server. Is not that what I'm doing? Let's see.
I don't think the URL should have changed, but if
The,
it did,
the URL changed. The URL changed because each time that you restart. Oh no, it's the same one. Okay, no, never mind.
Yeah.
But it's different than the one I have here. Yes, it's different, you know? Like it has like the XX thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, maybe that's, no, never mind. That's for the revision, but I should have this one that it doesn't change. Okay.
Yeah, this one should point to the latest. My understanding is that
Okay.
To the latest revision.
So how do I know from here what is the live endpoint? Like, is there a way that I can see the endpoint? I mean, I put it here, but I'm not sure if this is the right one.
Yeah, that's a good question. I forget. So the server URL, it's the one that you had. But I forget exactly how I found out that it was this URL.
All right, it's fine. Okay, so you want me to try doing to the stream? You said here, but the RTMP is RTMP or is RTCP?
I think it's RTMP.
Okay, RTMP, and this one is 9035. And it's still not working.
What are you pushing to it?
What I'm pushing?
Yeah, like what are you sending to it? Is it this stream?
Yes, but you know what? I am not pushing anything because I forgot the other commands. Yes, you are right. So I am not pushing actually, and that was, yeah, no, never mind. This is my mistake. So I need to put from localhost, and that's where FFmpeg needs to connect, and then I need to push to here, and this is RTM. Is RTMPS or RTMP? Do you know?
I think it's just RTMP.
RTMP. Okay, and this is 9035, and it's / live.
Yeah, I think so. Let's try it.
All right. Okay. It's pushing video. But will I be able to see it? No.
It should here. Like it takes a couple seconds before it starts playing.
Okay. Now. Okay, it timed out, but maybe it's because now I need the key. So let me try with the key, and if not, just say that I remove the live, and I just put like the /.
Yeah, it should be live. Yeah, live RTMP, live, and then the stream key. So in theory, it should work.
Connection timeout.
I don't know if you need to set up your here. Let me check my well, I guess OBS does its own thing. Let me check my OBS configuration. The thing is that OBS doesn't give you the commands.
It's fine. I know that this command is right because I am using it for my other 2 lives right now.
Yeah, I mean it's literally that RTMP. If you, I mean, I don't think that matters. But what if you remove the port?
Let me add a new key. The report. You want me to remove 9035?
Yeah, try to remove the port.
No. Okay. So general, I saw that this actually was. Oh, no, I need to put the URL, server URL. Okay. Server setup, absolute path, admin password, advanced settings. Yeah, the port is 9035. Yeah, no. I was thinking that maybe it was the key that has like strange characters.
It's possible. Let me see. Let me just check my own.
Can you double check if it's also /live?
It is live, yeah. So in mine, here, well, I can't screenshot you, but basically in mine, I have exactly that. Actually, do you have what is the protocol that you used?
RTMP?
Oh, it's RMTP.
RMTP?
Yes, RMTP. RMTP, and I don't think it needs to be S, so it just needs to be RMTP. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. What is it? Protocol not found.
Yeah, I mean, in the other streams I have RTMP, but yeah. Is there a way to see the logs? Okay, logs here. Maybe it didn't open the port, you know, in the ingress.
Possible. Can you run nmap and see if maybe if you hit the endpoint with nmap?
Yes, let me just, you know what, this is not HTTP, this is TSP. That's a big thing, because the RTMP is not an HTTP endpoint, so I am changing.
Actually, hold on. Actually, if you go back,
sorry, I'm changing the ingress type to TSP, but yeah, let me more. Yeah.
So notice how right there where it says ingress traffic, it says limited to container apps environment.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's another option there in the 1935 to like open it. Yeah, there you go. See, accepting traffic from anywhere.
Yeah.
What if you flip that?
To limit it again? I mean, I have it and accept it.
Sorry, for 1935. So on 8080, that's where you're able to access it, because you can accept.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
exactly.
cool. Yeah, that was the issue. Okay.
And I think you may have to flip it back to HTTP, but we'll see.
All right. We are discovering stuff. So if you need to explain Owncast to a non-tech person, what will you say? How do you explain it?
Twitch, self-hosted Twitch. That's the
self-hosted Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really cool. Like we haven't even like started looking at stuff, but like one of the things that it gives you is chat, which I think you can connect to. Oh, that's another thing, and we don't need to go in, but like one of the things that it uses for authentication in chat is IndieAuth, which is a whole other set of like what do you call it? Communities right out there, like known as the indie web, and in many ways they overlap with kind of like the Fediverse and some of the principles of the Fediverse, right? But then they have kind of like their own set of protocols and things that they technologies, right, that they kind of recommend, right? But yeah, so there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with Owncast, right? They again, you get chat, you can follow people, right?
Yes.
From your Fediverse profiles. The other really cool thing is I think it also has RSS feed, so you can just subscribe to the RSS feed. So like, again, it's awesome.
Yeah, I suppose that YouTube has RSS feeds, but sometimes it's low in their priority because they want to own the delivery of the content, right? In this case, you own. It is a little bit difficult though in the Fediverse, the discovery. So I mean, there are many Owncast servers, but discovery is a little bit difficult. We know that Google and other search engines doesn't prioritize small servers, so there is like some indexes and stuff. So it is a lot of work to do there. All right, so I did a few changes because if this is non-secure, I just allow it in secure connections, and then I switch it back to HTTP, but I'm still having, I think, issues. So if you can double check yours, and then we can replicate the exact settings that you have, maybe maybe we will be able to.
Give me 1 second.
And it's true, I will do an nmap, by the way. So do you remember how to do the nmap stuff?
I
No.
don't.
It's fine. So for those who don't know, nmap is a tool that allows you to scan all the ports. So what I will do right now is put like my server, and then I will say, hey, scan if the port 88 is open, and it will try to scan that, and it will say it is open, but when it says filtered, it means that not everybody can have access to that. I don't know, but I will check the 9035 is open. It's completely open. Okay, so just to check 9034 is closed, so it should be fine. 9035, it should be fine. Okay, so let me tap into that stream again, and okay, now it was faster, like the failing was faster, and now it says an error, input output error. So this is a new error. You know, I get excited when I have new errors. Okay, invalid streaming key. Now we're talking about. Okay, invalid streaming key, just like whenever you stream, you need a key. LinkedIn and others generate a new one. In this case, you own the keys, so you own the security. I have this key, which is not super secure. But it says that it's invalid. Why is invalid?
That's a good question.
Are you sure?
If, what's up?
Are you sure that it's /live?
That's what their website says. I was looking at their here. I'll send you the link so you can take a look at the docs and we can see the folks on here. But if you go to their docs and set up, actually, you know what? That's the regular one. And then here's the FFmpeg documentation. So if you go to the docs and you scroll down to guide, sorry, not guides, all the way at the bottom, it should tell you, keep going, all the way at the bottom.
More? Okay.
There should be something, yeah, broadcasting software.
Okay.
So in broadcasting software, notice how, yeah, there it is. Our TMP, your server, live, and then the key.
And
then
that's it, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry.
If you go to if you go to FFmpeg, that will show you like the exact command to like stream directly to FFmpeg, which I think is basically what you're doing.
So here I need to put the key. Okay, I will try to go with, the problem is that I cannot put like a simple key, like because it requires like a something special character. Okay, so I will try ABC 1 2 3 and then add 4 5 6. Do I need to restart the server or something? It should just like take it.
It should just work.
Okay, now I'm streaming. Okay, cool. I will make sure to mute this tab, mute tab. Okay, and then, yeah, nice. Okay, now I am in the Fediverse with my own streaming software. That's beautiful. Okay, and then I can send a message in the chat. Oh, this is cool. This is so cool. All right, so I am streaming to LinkedIn, YouTube, and now my own Owncast server. All right, thank you very much. So what's next? Now I have my server, and then I want to make it beautiful and stuff. How do I do it?
Yeah, it's all through the admin portal, to be honest. So if you go like to that admin portal, back to it, right, you're gonna see that you have, actually now if you click on viewers, that should give you, I'm assuming that you're still streaming, right? That gives you like this really nice dashboard, right? That
Yeah.
gives you information. The other thing that you can do is, I think if you go to, is it configuration?
Sorry,
I think it's configuration or home.
I need to close this because the broad. Okay, and then configuration and then what?
Yeah, so if you go to, if you take a look at like general.
Okay. Oh, appearance. Nice.
Yeah, like here's where you can you can set up the appearance, you can set up like all these things, right?
All right. Oh, I
So
can.
this is how you can make it, and you can see, yep, custom CSS, like all the things.
Okay, that's cool. So I can put
It's entirely up to you.
background color red, and it should be red. Yeah.
It should.
Okay, but what, like, to the body? Okay, let's do that. I don't know if I need to refresh my CSS or stuff, but I mean, I get what you mean. All right, no, yeah, I like it. I like it very much.
Yeah,
okay.
so this is how you would do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then you can build integrations, right? So like if you want to do things like overlays, like basically whatever you can do with Twitch, you can basically do it here. Right?
Nice.
Like it has a really nice extensibility model. I would say like the other thing that you are going to want to set up, and like I said, I haven't played around with that too much, is you're going to want to make sure that you set up that persistent volume, right? That way, if you turn off and actually, by the way, turning it off with container apps is automatic, right? If it's not used like for a certain time, then it just turns off.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
But that would be the thing. This S3 storage is a little bit different than what you think it is.
I
the
see.
reason to use S3 storage is, they save, I think like Azure streaming.
Yeah.
They write to the object storage.
Okay.
And that's how they're able to sort of scale out. Yeah. So this is not exactly for recordings or things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be the main thing. Like in terms of here, like configure it, continue like making it yours, right? Like with the logo, right? Instead of using theirs, you might want to put your avatar here, like your social handles, all those things. This is what shows up on your profile page.
Okay. No, this is super cool.
So.
No, thank you very much.
So like, in terms of the next step, like this is the hard part. Yeah, of course. Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, what are you planning for, like, in terms of next steps here?
I don't even know. I don't know. I just wanted to set up my own cast and then start from there. But yeah, I mean, something that I'm thinking about in this Fediverse is that first one is discovery, and I know that a lot of people are working on that. But the second is like the identity, right? So one of the things that I like on the Fediverse, as I said, is like you can just have your account in Mastodon, right? And then post a picture. Someone that is having like the Instagram experience of the Fediverse can see the picture of my own account, like Mao at Mao.com, right? But the problem with the Fediverse that still exists is that imagine if for each different group of friends, you need to have a different device, right? You need to take one smartphone to talk with your friends in your work, and then another smartphone to talk with your friends of the neighborhood or whatever. That is how social media works right now. Like I need to go to Instagram and I can only see my friends of Instagram, and then I go to Facebook and only my friends of Facebook, and LinkedIn and so on. The Fediverse opens this that you can contact everyone from the same device, but still the way that the applications are written, there is no that single identity yet. I mean, the closest that you can have is Mastodon and PixelFed, because you can create an account in PixelFed and kind of use the same Mastodon. But I want to see is more. I want to see like my single identity, and that identity posting the streaming, posting the photos, the blogging, the text, the everything. You know what I mean? Like my single portable identity that has everything. So,
I don't know if folks have opinions, right, on one or the other, but a protocol that does this really nicely is the AT protocol and Blue Sky, which is their concept of identity I really like. And one of the things that they do for like verification and identity is they allow you to use your domain.
Exactly.
So to your point, with what you have already in terms of like your website as an entity in the Fediverse, right? You could imagine, right? extending that to also apply to this here as well.
Yeah. So technically, it's possible. I did a prototype in Mastodon. I did a fork of Mastodon. I was like, okay, what if I can just have my identity on top and then port that to different places and reuse the public keys and private keys that you have there? It is possible. I mean, in ActivityPub, there is no mention that your domain needs to match your inbox, right? So what I'm thinking, like writing a small ActivityPub proxy server where you have the identity there, just your private keys and stuff, maybe your inbox, which is a relay or just a proxy, and then have my all different services pushing to there, and then from there have my single identity pushing everything. So Owncast is one of those things. I want to own my own streaming with my own audience, so this is pretty cool. Thank you very much. I think we are over time, but it was really cool. I really enjoyed installing this. It was not that difficult.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy that we got this set up, and I'm excited to see what you continue building here.
Yeah, I will check if I restart, if everything goes away, and then how can it take the storage. Maybe I will create a video or a post. And yeah, I know that you have your post, so I will just drop it there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, thanks so much.
All right, see you later.
All right.
Yeah, bye-bye. All right, so I stop in my